The president's decision on a nominee to replace Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg will come Friday or Saturday. With only 43 days until the election, he is moving at warp speed. But in 2016, then candidate Donald Trump had a much different view about who should make the call on a Supreme Court nominee during an election year.
Because I think the next president should make the pick, and I think they shouldn't go forward, and I believe and pretty much in line with what the Republicans are saying. I think that the next president should make the pick. We don't have a very long distance to wait. Certainly, they could wait it out very easily, but I think the next president should make the pick. I would be not in favor of going forward.
I want to bring in White House Deputy Communications Director and Deputy Press Secretary Brian Morgenstern. Brian, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. Nice to be with you.
So you heard the president, then candidate Donald Trump, saying it himself. The next president should make the pick. So why has he changed his mind this time?
Well, it's a different scenario. This time, the Republican majority, which was expanded in 2018, running on confirming constitutionalist judges, is in charge. The president and the Senate of the same party. Over history, there have been 19 such vacancies. 17 of them have been confirmed. So it's just a fundamentally different situation this time than it was last time. Of course, President Obama was term limited out as well. President Trump is on the ballot again this year as well, along with a number of Republican senators who, again, ran on the platform of confirming conservative constitutionalist judges, as did the president.
I mean, I understand the logistics here that you can do this, right? It's possible because you, as a party, control the Senate and the White House. The question here is, should you? And on the question of should you, then Donald Trump was clear, no.
Well, but President Obama made his nomination, as has every single president, 29 times throughout our history. When there's been a vacancy in an election year, the president makes a nomination. That is his job. It's his constitutional obligation. The Senate has their job to do as well, which is to consider a nominee, vetting them thoroughly and rapidly. When the Republican Senate decided that they were not going to proceed in 2016, that was their constitutional prerogative, just as it is now, if they wish to proceed.
But it's hypocrisy.
It is not hypocrisy because the facts are just fundamentally different. As I noted, this president and the senators were elected on a platform of confirming constitutionalist judges. It was a different political makeup at the time, and now the Republican majority that was elected in part for the purpose of confirming judges and justices is in charge of the Senate, and President Trump was elected on the same principle, and he is in the White House.
Let's see if GOP Republicans agree with you on that. I'd like to roll some tape.
I want you to use my words against me. If there's a Republican president in 2016 and a vacancy occurs in the last year of the first term, you can say, Lindsey Graham said, let's let the next president, whoever it might be, make that nomination, and you could use my words against me and you'd be absolutely right. We're setting a precedent here today, Republicans are, that in the last year, at least of a lame duck 8-year term, I would say it's going to be a 4-year term, that you're not going to fill a vacancy of the Supreme Court based on what we're doing here today. That's going to be the new rule.
The next justice could fundamentally alter the direction of the Supreme Court and have a profound impact on our country. So, of course, the American people should have a say in the court's direction.
I don't think we should be moving forward on a nominee in the last year of this president's term. I would say that if it was a Republican president.
President Obama is eager to appoint Justice Scalia's replacement this year. But do you know, in the last 80 years, we have not once has the Senate confirmed a nomination made in an election year, and now is no year to start. This is for the people to decide. I intend to make 2016 a referendum on the U.S. Supreme Court.
Brian?
It was a referendum on the U.S. Supreme Court in that President Trump released his list of well-qualified constitutionalist judges. The Republican senators ran on confirming such judges and justices. So this is about fundamental rights. It's about our right to free speech, to practice our religion. It's about the right to bear arms. It's about really the Bill of Rights and preserving those God-given rights, especially at a time now, Brianna, where in our country we have a radical left that seems intent on destroying our institutions, on burning down small businesses, on talking about defunding the police, on really disregarding our constitutional norms.
Brian, that has nothing to do with the hypocrisy of Republicans that you just listened to. But let's talk about something that I think is very clear that we probably agree on, which is the consequences of this vacancy on the direction of the country could be huge. Because if you fill this vacancy, Obamacare is likely dead. So where is your plan to replace it?
So the president has taken a number of steps in the healthcare space. I would not agree, by the way, with your premise on hypocrisy, but we've gone through that. So I'll move on to your healthcare question. But with respect to Obamacare, the president is committed to protecting pre-existing conditions. He's alluded to his executive actions he can do in that regard. He has also taken a number of steps already on reducing drug prices, on making different types of plans, more affordable plans, available to the American people, like association health plans. He's made telemedicine more available. So he is about reducing costs, expanding access, especially with the measures he's already taken. And he has said in the media in recent weeks that he will have more to say on healthcare as well. But he is 100% committed to protecting pre-existing conditions.
People are already voting. Where is the plan?
He has said, I mean, the people can get a pretty good preview of the way the president views healthcare in this country and on how to expand access and reduce costs, because he's taken a number of steps already. He will take a number of additional steps that he will outline very soon.
Listen, that's not that. Let's listen to what he said less than a week ago. This is what he said about having a plan ready.
You've been promising a new health care plan. I interviewed you in June of last year. You said the health care plan would come in 2 weeks. You told Chris Wallace that this summer it would come in 3 weeks. You promised an executive order on pre-existing.
I have it already.
But you've been trying to strike down pre-existing conditions.
I have it already, and it's a much better plan for you.
It's all ready. That was 6 days ago. Where is the plan, Brian?
The president will roll it out when he's ready to do so, but it will focus on expanding access, reducing costs.
Wait,
and
no,
it's
Brian,
important to
Brian, it doesn't matter. Where is the plan? We're 6 weeks from the election. He'll roll it out when he's ready. People are already voting. He's been promising this over the summer. He's been promising this for years. He's asking the Supreme Court in a moment that it will get soon to get rid of Obamacare. He has to have something to replace that if he's going to make good on his promises. Where is the plan?
He has already eliminated the individual mandate. He has already lowered prescription drug costs. He has already expanded health care options and insurance options. He has already expanded telemedicine. He'll have more to say on the subject very soon. I understand
people
it's
with
frustrating
pre-existing condition. No, people. Well, there is no plan. These are executive orders. And on the issue of pre-existing conditions, this isn't when the president is talking about a plan. It seems to be that he's talking about a comprehensive plan. People are concerned. You heard this last week from voters. They're concerned about their pre-existing conditions. You're looking at an estimated 12 million people during this COVID pandemic. It becomes increasingly important who may be losing their employer-provided insurance. So where is the plan that they need and that they should have if we listen to what the president has said? Where is the plan?
Well, I appreciate your persistence. You've now asked me the same question a number of times, and I'll give you the same answer.
I've gotten the answer no times. I've not actually gotten an answer. That's why I'm asking again, Brian.
Issue a more comprehensive view, but you can, as I've said, you can get a preview already from the many comments that he's made and the many actions he has taken. He is committed to protecting pre-existing conditions. He is committed. He has already lowered costs. He has already expanded access.
When will he release the plan, Brian?
He will release it very soon, Brianna. And he will discuss
he's been promising
it with the
very
American
soon,
people,
and he's blown past his own deadlines. Before the election?
He will be very soon. He will be very transparent on this policy as he is with all of his other policies. The American people will never have to guess where President Trump stands on a very important issue.
They will certainly have to guess where he stands on this issue. Let's listen to what he has said over the summer about the timing of his plan.
We're signing a health care plan within 2 weeks, a full and complete health care plan that the Supreme Court decision on DACA gave me the right to do. So we're going to sign an immigration plan, a health care plan, and various other plans And nobody will have done what I'm doing in the next 4 weeks. I do want to say that we're going to be introducing a tremendous health care plan sometime hopefully prior to the end of the month. It's just about completed now. So over the next 2 weeks, I'll be pursuing a major executive order requiring health insurance companies to cover all pre-existing conditions for all customers. That's a big thing.
I'll ask you again, Brian, the plan is long overdue. Why is the plan not out?
Brianna, it'll be out very soon. I don't know if you expected me to bring it with me here to this interview, but the president will release it on his timeline very soon, and he will focus on
Brian,
reducing
he's not
costs, expanding
Brian,
access.
to be clear, Brian, he put his timeline out there. That's completely false. What you're saying, he's not releasing it on his timeline. He's blown past his timeline. I mean, is there even a plan?
It's his timeline. So there is a plan. He will describe it clearly to the American people. It will reduce costs and expand access and protect pre-existing conditions. And the American people will have a very good look at it, and they'll be very pleased with it.
How is he going to protect pre-existing conditions with an executive order? You know that's not how it works. He can't do that. He's asking the Supreme Court to get rid of Obamacare, which protects people with pre-existing conditions.
I think some of the best lawyers in the world and in the country have looked at this and helped him with it, and he is very confident that with executive action he'll be able to do that, as he has already publicly stated.
Brian, if that were the case, then Presidents Obama and Clinton wouldn't have gone through that rather pleasant process of going to Congress to get pre-existing conditions protected. You can't just do that with an executive order. That's what the experts say. This is something that requires something more.
I think other experts say differently. I'm not here to speak for President Obama or Clinton. I'm here to speak for President Trump. And what his lawyers have looked at, that given the current state of the law, they believe they're on sound footing to do that. So he will do what it takes to protect pre-existing conditions. It would obviously be better if we get Congress on a bipartisan basis to help pass a comprehensive health care plan that will do all these things that the president wants. But if to the extent they're not willing to play ball, he will use his authority to expand access, lower costs, and protect pre-existing conditions.
All right, people are already voting. We are just several weeks here to the election, so we'll be awaiting that plan that is long overdue from the president. Brian Morgenstern, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. Take care.